Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a newbie BookTube tag. I had to say that slowly because it was a tongue twister. Because I'm new and I wanted to introduce myself to you guys and tell you a little bit more about who I am and why I'm here. So with that being said, roll my intro! I started my BookTube channel because I was completely enchanted with the people in the community and how lovely and accepting and kind they were. I also started my channel because I don't have avid readers in my life, so I wanted a community of people that I can discuss books with and fangirl over books about, but not fangirl the book because I hated that, but that's a video for another day. And I just wanted to be a part of the community where we all share the same interests and can discuss books that we're currently reading or have previously read. I feel like that's like asking, why do you like to watch TV? Or why do you like entertainment? I view reading as another form of entertainment, something that you can use your imagination with and discover new worlds and new characters that otherwise would not be on TV. Because a lot of movies and TV shows are based off of books that were made. So this way you can kind of you're not limited just to TV or movies. You can discover completely new characters and worlds from books. So that's the reason why I love reading, and to be able to immerse myself in a new world with new characters and just completely fall in love with what the author has created. The books and series that got me into reading was initially the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. And from there, it really cemented it in with the Harry Potter series once I got into those. The one and only question I would probably ask all of my favorite booktubers is how? How do you do it? How do you read more than one book at a time? Because I cannot seem to do that. I'm a one book person reader. I cannot seem to incorporate more than one book at a time. So how do you read more than one book at a time? How do you keep the 2 stories or 3 stories separate? How do you break up your time to be able to read multiple books? I guess that was more than one question, but it still circled around my main question of how do you read more than one book? Some of the challenges that I would probably have to overcome with my channel would be self-evaluating and making sure that I am creating content that not only you guys enjoy, but that I also enjoy, and content that I myself as a consumer or watcher on YouTube would want to click on and enjoy myself. I started reading when I was in middle school. That's when I picked up the first Anne Rice book, Interview with a Vampire, and then read the Vampire Chronicles, and then picked up the Harry Potter series at the same time. I read a lot of places. I read at home, I read at the gym, I read at work, I read on my lunch break, I read on the weekends, I read in my car when I'm waiting for something, I read at doctor's offices, I read anywhere, anytime that I can fit in a chapter or 2 or maybe even half a chapter. So I'll just read pretty much any time that I have a few minutes or even longer. I like to read several books. I lean more towards fantasy fiction, dystopian novels, science fiction, contemporaries, mystery thrillers or adventures. Those are the types of books that I'm more interested in. I don't really care too much for romance novels. Nope, that's it, just romance novels. I'll read anything but romance novels. Very similar to my movie taste. I don't do romance movies. Some of the things that people probably don't know about me is that I actually have my Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience and Behavior, which means nothing in the science community. So before you go thinking I'm really smart and fancy, which I am, it's what I have my bachelor's in. It's a subject that I thoroughly enjoy. I actually still very much enjoy. I'll read any scientific articles that come out about new neuroscientific discoveries. So I do still keep up with that world and what is going on in it. But just a fun fact that I'm sure a lot of people would not guess or know about me is that I actually do have a Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience and Behavior. This explains, I guess, why I'm a nerd. Some of my favorite authors would be, the first one I think goes without saying, J.K. Rowling. But some of my other favorite authors would be Veronica Roth, Marissa Meyer, Lauren Oliver, Sarah J. Maas, Madeline L. Ingle, I think. L. Ingle? Is that how you pronounce her last name? She wrote The Wrinkle in Time. Stephanie Garber. I have quite a few. They're not in any particular order except J.K. Rowling. Sorry. I use several things as bookmarks. I've most recently been using the magnetic book clips as bookmarks, but I have traditional or standard bookmarks. I also tend to lose a lot of bookmarks, so I'll just start using pieces of paper that I find around the house, like small receipts or things that I've gathered. So when I lose bookmarks, those are what I use in its place, and then I'll get new ones, lose those. It's an endless vicious cycle of bookmarks. I'll eventually find them. I have a feeling my cats probably knocked him off of tables and threw them under like the oven or the couch, so eventually I'm gonna find them. I'm coming for you, bookmarks. This is a fun one. I discovered BookTube because I read a book in the beginning of the year that I really, really enjoyed, and it was A Wrinkle in Time. It was the first time I was reading it because the movie was coming out and I wanted to kind of get a head start on it, and I actually really ended up enjoying it. So I decided to go on YouTube and see if there was anybody else that read this series and what their opinions about it were, if they gave any detailed analysis of what the book was, and that's how I actually ended up discovering the BookTube community and seeing that there's a whole community of people that are doing the same thing. So my Goodreads goal for 2018, I actually didn't start reading until mid-year, so around May, at the end of May, June, is when I really started heavily reading for the year. So I set my Goodreads goal at 35, and I believe I'm currently it's gonna be 30 after I finish Our Dark Duet. So that's currently where I am at for this year. Next year, when I, obviously start reading in January and not mid-year, I'm planning on setting myself a much bigger goal than 35 books for the year. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked my video, please leave a like. If you didn't like it, you're always welcome to leave a dislike. I'll just forever perma-ban you. Just kidding. But I do love your guys' feedback on what I'm doing, if you like it, if you like what I'm doing, if you would like to see something else, any different content, or if you have any suggestions for future videos. I am more than welcome to any suggestions or criticisms, so please let me know. And until next time, roll my outro! Can I just say, sitting at a table has got me feeling some kind of way.